Alright, this video is going to be for my young adults that feel like they're lost in life and they don't have any direction. I know it's very common nowadays to feel like you have no idea what you're doing. You want to, be making $1 million by next week. I get it. But before you're able to do those things, you have to start with the small things. Okay, so I'm going to give 3 of those things that I started doing that changed my life. Now let's get into it. So the first thing, I started lowering my screen time. I completely cut out socials, and I'm gonna make a video on that. I'm gonna make a video on exactly why I cut out socials. So lowering my screen time allowed me to just clear my mind, and it allowed me to really focus on the things that I need to get done. When you're not on your phone all the time, you're bored. If you don't have anything to do and you don't have your phone, you're gonna be bored. So in that, you're gonna realize that there are other things you can be doing rather than being on your phone. You're like, oh, I could start this business. Oh, I could read this book. Oh, I can go outside and touch grass, man. Just get off your phone. I'm gonna be honest. Getting off your phone, it allows you to experience life. Being on your phone, being on social media, that's not experiencing life in any way, shape, or form. You're seeing other people that experience life, So it makes you feel like you need to be living a life that other people are living. So allow yourself to have mental clarity. Cut that social media out. Limit it if you need to. I know some people can't just completely cut it out, but limit it at least 1 to 2 hours a day, if that. Another thing is less distraction. I already kind of touched on this, but when you're not on your phone all the time and you're able to really focus, you aren't distracted. Me personally, when I'm at work, I lock my phone away. My phone is in a lockbox with a key in the lock, and I lock the key. It's crazy, I know, but I have to create that restriction, because if I'm not able to access my phone easily, I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm not gonna wanna going through 3 different lock boxes just to get my phone like it's a hidden treasure or something. Alright, so lower your screen time, man. And when you do that, find other things that will improve your life rather than drain you and fry your brain. Alright? Next thing, waking up early. And not only waking up early, but waking up early and working out. Okay? Wake up. If you're waking up at 10 a.m. right now, wake up an hour earlier at a time you know you don't want to be up. Wake up at 8:30. Wake up at 9 even, and just work your way down to, I like to say 5 a.m. is a sweet spot. I wake up around 5 to 5:30, and that's also because of my job. I work a 9 to 5, not 9 to 5, but I work 8-hour shifts, so I have to commute, and in that I have to get my morning routine and my morning workout done before I go to work. So I'm up at 5:30, get my workout in, and once you get your workout in, man, you feel like you already accomplished the day. Once you wake up and you do that thing that you don't want to do, but you know that it's beneficial, you're gonna feel good. And that goes to my other point, confidence. You build confidence when you wake up early and do something you know you don't want to do, especially working out. Okay? So when you work out first thing in the morning, get a good workout in, you get that sweat going, you get your cardio in, whatever you do. You look in the mirror, you like, okay, yeah, I look good. And then if you start doing that every single day, if you work up to doing that every single day, it's gonna become a habit. Then you're gonna start looking good. And then rather than dopamine hits, you're gonna have endorphins. So you're gonna feel better throughout the day. You're gonna have more mental clarity. You're gonna feel happier. Your interactions are gonna be better, because not only are you now more confident, But as I said, you have those endorphins flying, so it allows you to enjoy life more. Okay? Next thing, discipline. I already touched on this a little bit, but when you're waking up doing things you don't want to do, knowing that it's going to better your life, that's building discipline. Discipline is not motivation. You don't need motivation to be disciplined. You need discipline to be disciplined, okay? So once you build that muscle up of being able to do things that you don't want to do, but knowing that it's better for you, for example, you have a box of pizza here. Do you have chicken and broccoli? Most people are gonna want to get the pizza, unless you just don't like pizza, which is okay. Think of it as like a cheesesteak or something. I don't know what y'all like, but you're not gonna want to choose the chicken and broccoli, but you know that the chicken and broccoli is better for you, right? That's discipline. Okay, 90% of people are gonna eat that pizza, but you knowing that this is the healthier option, you're gonna choose that chicken and broccoli, and it's gonna pay off in the end. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna look better. Okay, so discipline. And on to my last point. This one's gonna be a little bit more different than the first two. And I know not many people do this, or at least not that I know, but journaling, okay? I started journaling about two and a half years ago while I was still in high school. And recently I actually looked back at my old journaling and my, just looking at my thoughts and how I was thinking 2 years ago. I've always thought the same way. I've always wanted more from life. I always wanted to be successful, as most people do. But I've always had that discipline instilled inside of me. But looking back at it, I realized that I was being programmed to not be disciplined. I was following the trends. I was going to parties. I was trying to hang out with people I knew I didn't enjoy being with. So me isolating myself, and not off of no, I'm not talking to people. I'm not trying to hang around nobody. I'm going to just go ghost mode or whatever. Ghost mode is fine. But once you isolate yourself and you're journaling every day, you start to understand your own emotions and how you feel about things. You start to understand what ticks you off, what makes you happy, what makes you upset. You start to understand what things you like to do. What are your hobbies? It's grounding yourself. Once you're grounded in yourself, you're also building confidence, because now you have boundaries. Now you know who you like to hang around, you know who you don't like to hang around. So you're becoming your own person, okay? So journaling. I personally, I journal every day. I journal in the morning to plan out my day and to write out what my goals for the day are, and also how I'm feeling. And at night, I reflect. Okay, so in the morning, it's planning and goal setting, and at night, it's reflecting. You can, ChatGPT, you can ask them anything. Ask them for some reflection prompts of things that you want to work on, or things you just want to figure out about yourself, and just journal every single day. Once you look back on this in the next year or two, and you're that person that you want to be, or at least closer to being that person, it's a great feeling to look back and see that you've actually accomplished your goals, and you've actually started understanding yourself more. Okay, so those are my 3 things that have drastically changed my life, or at least put me on the right path to better in my life. And man, I hope that y'all got some value from this. Try to implement at least one of these things. If you're not doing all 3 of them, or at least a couple, try to implement one of them. All right. But I appreciate y'all, and stay tuned. I'll be uploading every day, or I'll try to upload every day. I'm not gonna make any false promises, but I'm definitely gonna be uploading more videos like this for anyone who just wants to, do better in life. Anybody who has ambition, but they just feel stuck, okay? We're on this journey together. I'm gonna let you all know what I'm learning as I'm figuring it out, and we can go together. So I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and like the video if you got some value from this. Subscribe, share this with someone, and I'll see y'all in the next one.